good day to you, boys and girls, out there in this crazy planet we call Earth, eh? Doing our thing every day to make the best every day count, right? Because if you're not doing the best every day to yourself or who others, do good unto yourself and to others, self-respect, respect to others and love and all that, then if you're not doing that every day, then you got a problem. Either you're a miserable bastard, you're mean-spirited, and so forth. So no, because more than ever, with all the news going on and everything, friggin' Ukraine and Israel and all this, it's just a bloody mess. Eh? Remember, as I always remember for years, I once heard somewhere, good always triumphs over evil. Remember that. Good always triumphs over evil. See, right now my evil today is I'm bloody exhausted because I walked so much with Grant yesterday, walking around the industrial streets of Lachine hoping to film the freight. But anyway, that didn't happen. Then we walked more, and so anyway, here we are. But it's another gorgeous day in Montreal here. So I had this idea for a while after I did the video of my paintings for sale, like the Cadillac one over here. So let me give you a better look at that actually, because I think the only thing I regretted not doing well when I filmed all these 4 paintings I had together on my little round table here in my little office workshop is that there was a little too much glare coming from this light over here. So I turned it off and I think it should work out all right. There's my last build there, this 125 scale, well, it's what you call a kit bash. This is actually supposed to be a Ford cab over with that rear loader garbage truck, but I turned it into a Freightliner. So there you go. Cab over with my favorite build, the American La France. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, and I noticed something too. When I filmed this thing outside, it didn't do a good job, this GoPro, filming up close like that. It was all like, when you get too close, it's too blurry. Anyway, this is going to be a long video, and I thought, I think I'm going to do this in 2 parts because there's like almost 50 of my drawings on here. So I want to, do this as quickly as possible. But again, these are for sale. I'm selling them. I actually happened to get these back for me. They were sold many years ago to a friend who could actually afford to give them back to me. And thank you again, so forth. Whoever, you know who you are, or you will remain anonymous. And anyways, close friends with my mom, long time, and great guy. I even worked for him a couple of times, go figure. But anyway, it's really something to have these back. And but again, as you know, with all the stuff that I have, look at these 2 walls alone. I can't keep everything, right? And again, I'm trying to make this I'm gonna give you a little clue to my latest painting. Just a little clue. I wasn't even gonna clue you in, you guys, on it. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting, man. Oh yeah, because when that painting is done, it's gonna be a beauty, let me tell you. I've never done a painting like that before. Anyway, so these are all drawings I did generally from 94 to 2009, okay? Few years here and there I didn't do anything for whatever reasons, because of death. But anyway, so here's a Canadian 60 Pontiac Strata Chief I did a painting of, this drawing actually when I was living in a room. I lost my apartment. I was evicted at the end of 2008. I was living with these 2 young people, and I drew this. I was actually very happy with it, considering I was going through it, not the best time. Again, losing my place and living with a couple of strangers, and anyway. So yeah, fire chief, I think it's self-explanatory, Ford step van. So these drawings, give or take $100 each. The smaller ones than this will probably be 100 or less, maybe a bit more, but yeah, this size a bit more than 100, obviously. You can see there's a lot of work in this stuff. None of these are duplicate. I think there's only 1 print in here. So many years earlier I did this, I think it was in 2003, 59 Imperial, as I did it as a like a rally car, like Monte Carlo rally. See, the glare is freaking annoying, eh? Like, Jesus, I can't take all these out, and can't take them all out of the plastics here. That's the whole point of protecting them. Oh, and this curve here, that's because, you see, this was actually in a real portfolio, like, with the handles and everything, like a leatherette or whatever, and it was left standing, so many years was standing in there that the weight from all the pages just curved like that. So there's another one I did from over 20 years ago. My little traffic jam drawing here. Right? All kinds of classic cars there. Some of my favorites. The 58 Oldsmobile, the 65 LeSabre, 64 Impala, 56 Chevy. Yep, still can't drive them at 48 years old. Never will happen probably, due to my astigmatism. So that's the way it goes. So I did this sort of be like a Montreal, kind of like a Highway 13 at the Tunnel, the tunnel there. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of it. Here's another one I did probably in 03. I did a lot of drawings in 2003. Holy mackerel. 2003, 2004, 57 a Cadillac Eldorado de Ritz. Did it at this kind of a Cadillac specialist, which is funny actually because a couple of years later, I went to LA and on Sunset Boulevard there was Frank Carenti Cadillac, and the guy just sold vintage Cadillacs. They were inside, they were outside. It was really quite amazing. I really wanted to buy a pink 59 Fleetwood he had there, but you know, again, the visual impairment thing, it's not realistic. Look how massive this is. I have to move around my body just to show you this stuff. Now this here, I know my friend Scott Newstead, Cold War Motors, check him out, right? You love old cars there, old buggers like this in this shape, and he restores one in there in every year or two, and it's just, you know, nobody else does that. So this is the kind of car would have been maybe, let's say, 1980s with the famous Redbird New York subway going by, kind of a Bronx Harlem thing. 71 Chrysler Newport. I think I did this in 02. I don't know. I had a friend. I used to be friends with James Mays, and one time he told me, he's like, don't put the year on there. Don't write the year with your signature. I don't know. I guess it belongs to the ages. I don't know. But whatever. So moving along, for you Mopar fans, and along that era, here's a 70 Pontiac Bonneville. You see, there's that glare. There's like more glare. Fuck. Oh, that's so annoying. What's with this stupid camera? Why is it doing that? Jesus, I gotta really keep an eye on that. Is this the original, or is it because I made a few prints of these? This must be the original, right? I can tell just by feeling it. No, this is actually a print. This is a print, and I know I colored the tires, and I know I colored the paint, I think, a bit, because it was originally more like brown. Anyway, that's a cheap one. That'll be like 20 bucks. This one is amazing. I think I'd be a fool to just ask for just $100 for this drawing. As you can see why. It's very self-explanatory. I used a picture of like a 70 Monte Carlo that was bright red, an assembly line like that with like a kind of earth tone floors and you know, with no hubcaps on it. And I used that as a guide to make that kind of a painting. There's the Ford Galaxy Customs in the back. That's another print. Yeah, okay, so I got a couple of prints in there. That the original I sold many years ago, thanks to when I was writing for the Old Autos newspaper in Bothwell, Ontario, and a guy, he, I don't know, I must have put an ad on there, and the guy bought the original drawing of this Buick, which I had set as if it was on Camille Hood Street, which has been under fire by a wonderful mayor lately. And I set it so it's, you know, going around near the McGill Medical Building downtown, but this actually does not exist, this road over here. I mean, that would be amazing, mind you. The 69 Dodge Coronet, that Coronet Pizzeria, both of these are real. Dodge actually did offer these in this kind of a similar color. This is not perfect. You can see on my roof line. I think I did maybe a better job with the pizzeria. They actually changed the sign because the letters were all faded. And Jimmy and Angelo and all these guys, they're just great guys, and really one of the best pizzas of Montreal, if not the best. Yeah, I guess I would sell that for $100. Seriously, would I sell it for less? The hell for? I'd probably sell it for more because look at all the work and the bricks and everything. But you know, whatever. That was in 02. I think I put the year. Yeah, 02. More Mopar, because you know what they say, Mopar or no car. Anyway, this is not a car though. That's a 57 Fargo. And a Fargo was a Canadian version of Dodge trucks. And Fargos actually were also sold worldwide, if I'm not mistaken. And you got your flatbed here with you know, the old towing the new, basically. I think that's what I call it. Yeah, 2003. There's my signature. And I just call it Big 57 Fargo. Suburban neighborhood, modern day Ram. Just funny that I did that black, because now they're like, I would say like all the Rams made in the last 15 years are like more than half are probably black. Anyway, here's a beautiful 77 Buick Electra, which I mimicked sort of a friend of mine for a brief time. He had an orange and white 77 LeSabre. It was really a bitchin' car. It had the white interior, white vinyl bucket seats, and you know, the Buick mags. And this I set actually next to a bar on Saint Laurent Street here in Montreal. And yeah, this one's actually smaller than most of these. So yeah, still a lot of detail. Great work. Probably one of the last ones again I did, I think 2004. I'm looking for my signature. It's right there. Yeah, that glare is really annoying. I really hope this doesn't affect this too much, actually, because it's very, I want to have the right lighting to show these well. That's the thing, you know. Again, I don't really want to take them out of the plastics, but I guess maybe I should have, actually. Come to think, I probably should have done that. Because look, there's no glare this way, see? There's a little bit of glare. It's not terrible, you know. Not a big deal to put them back. There, those of you like big rigs there, like my friend Jack in New Hampshire. There's a Mac R series. I drew that in, God, I don't remember when I drew that. I really don't. 2007 maybe. Yeah, there was a period like 95. I had a friend of mine who unfortunately took his own life, so I didn't draw anything until 98. Then I drew a lot of stuff, and then I think after 2005 I stopped, and then my dad died, and you know, so I didn't draw anything for like 2 years again. International Lodestar, yeah, I had said it as if it was International Travel All. I said this as if it was like, you know, working for some city somewhere, you know. Oh yeah, and by the way, this one I forgot to mention, the position of that with the dump box raised up like that. I actually got that from probably the oldest book I have, called Trucks and Trucking. It was like in the first pages of a White Western Star with that dump box raised like that. The quintessential 57 Chevrolet Bel Air. Yeah, this one I set sort of like the prairies, kind of. Look at that, beautiful. Yeah, did that probably again 2002. This is one of my oldest right here. Look at that. That's 94. Sorry, 96. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I did that in 96. I was living in Ville Saint Pierre at that time. 58 Mercury Park Lane. We call it Cleaning the Merc. Yeah. By the way, if you're ever really serious about buying any of these, and you want a better picture or two, not a problem. I mean, you know, I just, please, you know, as long as the person doesn't waste my time, I won't waste theirs, you know. Oh yeah, and it's going to be like the smaller drawings probably be about 15-20 bucks a ship, and the largest ones will probably be 25, something like that, by tube. Well, the small ones like this, and I'll ship them flat, but well packaged. But the large ones there that are like the size of this page here, I have to go by tube. Yes, the 60 Frontenac, 1 year only, made in Canada only. Based off the Falcon, not a success, but at that time, you know, post-war, sales were good from all the big three. Amazing. They could have done all kinds of projects, you know. So worked out well for them with the Falcon. Anyway, and the funny thing is that the Falcon was sold, you know, worldwide, basically, very popular, especially in South America and Australia. There's a 66 or 67 Riviera, made as a lowrider. Did it like an LA scene. There's a Crown Victoria police car. There's a 64 Impala. I think all of this I did pretty much, except for the Riviera, from memory. And I call it, what is it I call it? Sunset Boulevard Impression. When did I do this? 98. 98, yeah, that's when I got back into drawing there. This is a weird one there. That's a weird one. Shows you a bit of my morbid mentality. Look at the glare. Jesus, Murphy. Yeah, Ford Granada and a wreck slammed into a Civic. Goes to show you my general, not too thrilled with Japanese cars at that time, but you know, they definitely still had my attention. You know, most people drove Japanese cars. They were better made than especially 90s and up. So yeah, not thrilled how these are showing. What am I supposed to do? Turn all the freaking lights off? Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not great. There's the original. There's the original to the one you saw earlier. Okay, how many pages are left? This is like, how many minutes am I filming now? 15 minutes. Okay, I think we're going to stop here. We're going to stop at these guys, I think. Because again, I didn't want to make this will be like a, you know, probably in 3 parts. Here's a Checker Taxi. Yeah, drew that in 94, I think, as well. 94? 94. Yeah, Checker Cab, 1982. And look at that, I did, when I started doing this drawing, this series of larger drawings, larger than 8 by 11, all the colored details, the background. Yeah, I started in 93. And so some of them I don't even have anymore. And look, I would even write like the whole, like, text about the car and everything here. 82 being the last year for the Checker. And speaking of 80s cars, here's a Plymouth Fury, but actually in reality in the Montreal Cop Cars were the Canadian version of this, which was the Plymouth Caravel, which was basically the same thing anyway. So, yeah, that's it's funny because I didn't know that, because I drew this in '96. You know what I mean? Like the internet was basically just starting for people at home. You know, I'm just going to see if you feel here. I got a bunch left. So that's it for part 1. So thank you very much for watching. Again, if you're interested in this, you can find me on Facebook if you don't want to contact me by email. But my email is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. Elton McFall, McFall. I'll probably type all that in anyway. eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. And yeah, like I said, for the most part, about $100 each. They're larger, more detailed, you know, whatever. It's a bit more than 100. Just ask anything. And would I make a good package deal if you bought a couple, 2, 3 of them? Absolutely, absolutely. I do good deals on whether you buy a lot of vintage ads from me or my drawings. So that's it for that, and we'll see you in part 2.